know if you guys have noticed or not, but the media is already really trying hard to move on from the Donald Trump rally tragedy story. And it's crazy because, like, think of the JFK situation. When I was a kid, and I was not alive during JFK, okay? But when I was a kid, I learned about JFK. I took interest in that story. Till this day, 2024, there's still interest in the JFK story. There's still people looking into that situation that played out. There's still news articles. There's still documentaries. You know, years and years later, it's still a topic of discussion. You think of what happened with Ronald Reagan. Now, that isn't as popular as the JFK situation for obvious reasons, but it's still talked about till this day, all of these years later. But then you think about what happened with Donald Trump at the rally a couple of weeks ago, and here we are. It's only been like 2 weeks, and they're already ready to move on and pretend like it didn't happen. We could talk about JFK from decades ago. We could talk about Ronald Reagan, but Donald Trump, the situation that literally played out, the tragedy that took place just about 2 weeks ago, that's old news. We got to go ahead and move on from it. But I'm also noticing it's not just the media. We can blame the media and point fingers at the media, but it's not just the media. It's regular, everyday, common Americans, those who support Trump and those who don't support Trump. A lot of them don't want to talk about this topic. They don't want to hear about this topic because I think it frightens them. I think it shakes up their worldview. It shatters their reality. You see, a lot of people, the majority of people, they want to live with their heads buried in the sand like an ostrich. They want to walk around going la 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 as the world burns down around them. They don't want to focus on the terrible things happening. They don't want to question if the powers that be, if these politicians, the people running this world and running this country, they don't want to question if they are capable of doing some of the shady things that we know they're capable of doing. They don't want to even think about the possibility that maybe, just maybe, there was more to the Trump story. And they realize, just like all of you and just like I realize, the more you dig into the story, the more you look into it, the more you ask questions, the more you realize that things aren't adding up and it looks like our government or someone may have had a role in this situation. So it's an uncomfortable topic for a lot of people. So they rather move on to things that aren't as uncomfortable. They rather move on to things that don't really shake the way they view the world. And even Trump. Personally, I think the Trump campaign should be talking about this situation. I'm not saying they should focus all of their attention on what happened at the rally, but it should be one of the talking points, you know, because I think it really highlights just how horrible things have gotten. I think it highlights how the media has demonized Donald Trump to the point that supposedly there are people out here trying to take him out. So I think it should be a topic of discussion, but Trump isn't focusing much on it either. And he's talking about how he's not going to stop doing outside rallies. Here's what he said right here. I will continue to do outdoor rallies, and Secret Service has agreed to substantially step up their operation. They are very capable of doing so. No one can ever be allowed to stop or impede free speech or gathering. Now, I think this is a good thing. I don't think that Trump should be silenced or stop doing these rallies. But at the same time, I think it's also kind of scary. It's like, I get the optics behind it. I get that you want to show that, you know, you're not backing down. We're going to keep doing this thing. I get it. But at the same time, I feel like he's putting a lot of faith in the Secret Service, and I would have no faith in them at all. And if they've tried this before, you know they will try it again. And we live in a monkey see, monkey do society where literally a large portion of our society is being programmed by apps like TikTok to monkey see, monkey do. Oh, look at that dance. Let me do that dance. Oh, look what they did. Let me do what they did. So now we're going to have even more people, even more crazies crawling out of the woodwork. They saw how easy it was for Thomas Matthew Crooks. So now they're going to be coming out trying to do the same thing. So I think that Trump is in more danger now than ever, because I think a lot of people were probably inspired by what Thomas Matthew Crooks did. But Trump is saying, oh, Secret Service is going to step it up and blah, blah, blah. I have no faith in them. I feel like they kind of played a role in what happened. I feel like they turned a blind eye and kind of allowed things to transpire. Now, that's a conversation that we'll have in a different video. It's a conversation we've already had in different videos, but I look at how all of this is playing out, and it does scare me, because I don't think we've seen the last of people trying to hurt Trump. But Trump has also stated that he's going to go back to Butler, Pennsylvania. He's going to go back to the site where the tragedy took place, and he's going to throw a major rally. Here's what he said. I will be going back to Butler, Pennsylvania for a big and beautiful rally honoring the soul of our beloved firefighting hero Corey and those brave patriots injured 2 weeks ago. What a day it will be. Fight, fight, fight. Stay tuned for more details. So, if anyone's going to try something weird, it would be symbolic. They may try to do something there. And, I'm at a point where I think people hate Trump so much that even if they're not able, even if they can't manage to get at Trump because of the heightened security, maybe they would do something to his supporters. I fully expect that we're going to see something else happen at one of these rallies. I feel like it's just a given. And I don't want to think that way, but it's life, folks. I mean, read the room, look around you. I think it's kind of obvious that we're going to see other crazy things happening around Trump. And I don't know. I get that Trump can't come out and say, screw the Secret Service. They didn't help. But I just hope that he doesn't put all of his faith in the Secret Service. I hope that he finds some other way to secure his events as well. Hiring private security, whatever you got to do. Do not put all of your faith into these people who work for the powers that be, okay? Because obviously there's some wicked people behind the scenes pulling the strings, and I don't trust that they wouldn't allow something to go down again. But for now, let me know what you think about this. Is this a good idea that Trump's going to continue doing these outdoor rallies? Is it a good idea that he's returning to Butler? Let me know your opinions about it down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and if you find yourself getting too worked up by all of this, remember, it's just political cinema.